like it's the most obvious shooting fish in a barrel pick you want to make. Like I love Kyle Pitts, you love Kyle Pitts, everybody loves Kyle Pitts.
We all love Kyle
maybe
Pitts.
Maybe not Chris Sims, 'cause, crazy, but everyone else loves Kyle Pitts. He's going number 3 overall, kind of the consensus tight end 3 in the industry. It's Andrews or Kelsey or Andrews at 1, 2, and then you have Pitts. But I wanted to put him on the love list here specifically because I think it is very much within the realm of possibility that he's the number 1 tight end in fantasy this year. That's absolutely within the range of outcomes. And that I think most people sort of feel like it's Kelsey and Andrews, and then it's Pitts. And no, Pitts is right there. Like it's a 1A, 1B, 1C scenario here.
Yeah, and it's kind of a weird thing to say, but I'm kind of buying the Falcons as a competent team. Their win total is 4.5, which I think has scope to go over.
Yep.
The offensive line is fine. Mariota isn't good, but he's okay. He's the tier below fine. And also, I think we'll probably see Desmond Ridder at some point. And Desmond Ridder is probably the most pro-ready of all the quarterbacks, so I think they'll be able to throw to Pitts. I think Drake London will take some attention off him as well, so I'd be all in with Kyle Pitts. Zach Ertz, another guy you're high on.
He played 11 games with the Cardinals. Think about Zach Ertz last year, right? He comes over to Arizona in the middle of the season, has to learn an offense like on the fly, and yet still in the 11 games that he played with Arizona, Zach Ertz, top 4 in the NFL in targets per game, I should say, in targets per game, receptions per game, total fantasy points among tight ends. You think about Christian Kirk and Chase Edmonds, they both left the team. That means, and DeAndre Hopkins obviously has been suspended for the first 6 games.
24% target share for Ertz when Hopkins was out in the last month of the season.
24%. I mean, think about that. And by the way, 219 targets are available now with Kirk, Edmonds, Hopkins, in the suspension. Basically, you're talking about 37% of all passes went to those players. So I think he gets off to a hot start here. He's had the full offseason to sort of get immersed in this offense here. Cliff Kingsbury likes using the tight end. I don't know. I have him at tight end 8. He's going as tight end 10 on Yahoo, 91st overall. Give me Zach Ertz. I think he's a viable tight end 1 this year. In terms of some tight ends that I'm not crazy about this year, Mike Gesicki.
He's already a trade candidate. It's like McDaniel came in, gave him the offseason. I don't want this guy. Can't understand my concepts.
3 times. Only 3 times did he eclipse 60 receiving yards last year. He mostly was a volume play. He finished as tight end 8 last year, but on a points per game basis, he was just tight end 14. It was just because he stayed healthy throughout the year. Again, the Dolphins didn't really have anyone. It was like kind of like him and Jalen Waddle, and now you've added Tyreek Hill, you've added Chase Edmonds, you've added Cedric Wilson, you've added all these other weapons. And again, as you mentioned, there's already rumors about trading that they could be moving on from him.
Doesn't do anything after the catch either.
Correct.
Now another guy, Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert because he was last season he was second in the entire NFL among tight ends for yards per route run. The only guy in front of him was George Kittle. The guy right behind him was Mark Andrews. No Zach Ertz anymore, and I get that he's the 3rd receiving option on a team that might be a little run heavy, but why don't you like Dallas Goedert?
Tied for 16th in targets per game, 37th in red zone targets, tied for 39th in end zone targets, and all of that was without A.J. Brown there. We still expect this to be a slower run-first offense. I just don't know where he's going. He's going as tight end 7. He's going ahead of T.J. Hawkinson.
Never had more than 5 touchdowns in a season.
I just think that I'm just concerned. I think he's a better real-life player than fantasy player. He's fine as a tight end 1, as a lower-end tight end 1. I can't. Give me T.J. Hawkinson and Zach Ertz over him. Goddard is being drafted ahead of both those guys. I'd rather have Hawkinson and Ertz at later ADP than where Goddard is currently going.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.